Okay, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And today, as promised, we're going to delve in the world of niche perfumery. So niche perfumery, for those of you who don't know what that means, basically we're talking about a different category of perfume designers and makers, brands that work in a more upscale level. Apparently, their notes and ingredients are of a better quality. Uh, Pricing is generally more expensive than your Gucci's and Versace's and Dior's, and generally a world and category where people try to push the envelope and push the boundaries of what perfumery can do, and generally more sophisticated, deep, complex creations by the perfumers. A few designer brands have transitioned into that world as well with their privé lines or private blend lines and stuff like that. Today's house would be one of the ones you possibly can, I would say, easier get into if you come in from your designer houses, and that is Serge Lutens. And the perfume today is called Tubereuse Criminelle. So Serge Lutens, yes, pricing is a little bit above your average designer. We're talking here in the UK about 70 to £100 for these 50ml bottles. They all look the same. There is a bell jar also, versions of each and every one, I think, of these perfumes, but those are meant for decanting them into atomizers and then applying it. So yeah, 50ml mostly, and that size, that presentation for most of the perfumes. So Tubereuse Criminelle, obviously, as the name implies, criminal tuberose maybe in English. Tuberose based fragrance. I mean, for those of you who don't know what tuberose is, basically I would say the sister flower of gardenia, and with a really similar smell. Um, this particular one, as far as I know, when I got it, it was apparently sold by the sales associates in the shop as something of a limited run. You cannot find it in this format anymore. You can only find it in a bell jar. It's not discounted, but it's hard to find in this form. So you would have to go for the 75ml bell jar. So notes. Notes for Tubereuse Criminelle are jasmine, orange blossom, hyacinth, tuberose, nutmeg, clove, musk, styrax, and vanilla. Date introduced was 1999 or 98, I'm not sure. And nose behind it is Christopher Sheldrake, which is the in-house perfumer for Serge Lutens, and this guy is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Only downside with Serge Lutens as a house is that you won't find many options, if not at all, for the summer or the warmer ones. They mostly are geared towards cooler weathers. They're quite deep, dark, resinous, strong. So yeah, that's the only downside I find for this house and the nose behind all these. So this one, I've sprayed it already here. It's beautiful. It's masterfully done, and I must say, for me, the surprise I got from this one was, as many people you would hear, they talk about transitioning from top to heart and bottom of a fragrance, like bottom notes. If there is a definition of a transition from something to something else, a contrast from something smelling one way and developing into something else, this is one of those perfumes. It starts with this unbelievably harsh menthol blast, like a Vicks vapor rub. Like it's unbelievably strong medicinal camphorous smell, which apparently the tuberose flower has as a quality. a little bit. I'm not sure. I haven't smelled a real tuberose flower before. Yeah, I haven't. So, doing a research, that's what people say. It can be quite medicinal in if you smell it up close or something like that. So this smell stays with you for about half an hour to 40 minutes, and you think, you know, that should be called something else. That should be called Vicks or something. But no, as soon as that half an hour dies, it just suddenly changes into this amazing floral, amazing tuberose, sweet, juicy, aromatic, floral quality. It's just unbelievable how this perfume can do that, this transition. It's so, it's always lurking in the back, but you can't distinguish it because the menthol smell is so strong. So all of a sudden, when you get into the heart, it just jumps at you, and you're like, bloody hell, what's going on? This just changed from something being really harsh to something that, most of the people generally find it quite pleasing. Downsides of this one might be that it is quite, all of the Serge Lutens are unisex fragrances, but this particular one, based on the florals, it can't come out more smelling like a feminine perfume. But to be honest with you guys, that's the beauty of perfumery. I think this is geared to someone who likes the smell of it and would wear it whatsoever. I mean, it's not really, you know, it's not for someone who wants to appeal to a certain crowd. It's for someone who loves what he, smells, and he would wear it anyway. So, not anything major in terms of the difference between the different other notes. I can trace a little bit of jasmine and the vanilla on the dry down, but the major players are this camphorous smell alongside with the tuberose. Tuberose being the star of the whole thing after the top, and that's all you're left with basically. I'm not sure if that's intended or if the mix of all of these notes contribute to that, but that's what I get. Longevity is excellent. We're talking about probably 12 plus hours on this one, and it is something that I would specify it for. It could work in all seasons. Summer as well. It's just that you really need to be really careful with the sprayer. Maybe one spray and that's it, and let it dry down, and then you can go out. And again, it's because of that menthol start that it can work in warmer weathers, because it's quite refreshing. It might be harsh, but it's quite refreshing. So these are all my thoughts on this beauty. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers.